LeBron's 23rd signature silhouette has leaked by the king himself. And while we still don't know much about the silhouette, there's still some things that caught my eye and has me thinking, are we finally getting the sneaker that LeBron James deserves? So obviously I wanted to make this video to share with you guys everything that I've seen and heard about the LeBron 23. Things I like, things I don't like, things that have me intrigued. But I also wanted to take this opportunity to kind of pick your brain and take a pulse on what you guys think about the LeBron James signature line as a whole. Because for me, if I'm being totally honest, I actually don't think it's lived up to the type of player and legend that LeBron James has actually become. I mean, seriously, guys, out of the 22, now 23 silhouettes that Nike has given LeBron, how many of those sneakers are actually iconic? Off the top of my head, the Air Zoom generation does come to mind. LeBron's first signature sneaker. The LeBron 8 and 9s both had incredible colorways. And recently, the LeBron 20s to 22s have honestly been some of his more popular silhouettes thanks to their accessibility as one of the most versatile sneakers in his entire line. Now, I'm not saying that those are the only good LeBron James sneakers that Nike has produced. They've made some other bangers as well. The 2s, the 10s. I personally really love the 16s, but none of those sneakers really stand out to me as truly iconic sneaker silhouettes, not just in the LeBron line, but in the sneaker world in general. And when you compare the LeBron line to other popular signature lines like the Kobe's and the Jordans, I just personally feel, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, that LeBron is on the outside looking in with the least amount of iconic signature silhouettes. I could sit here for hours talking about why I feel that way, but it could just be the lack of championship iconic moments compared to those other two guys. And look, I don't want to get into a GOAT conversation. I don't want to open that can of worms whatsoever, but I mention it because championship iconic moments lead to core memories for sports fans and sneaker enthusiasts as well. And usually attached to those core memories are what the player is wearing, like their shoes. I mean, think about the last shot 14s. The Air Jordan 14 is not that great of a sneaker. It doesn't really have off-court appeal. The on-court performance isn't anything spectacular or out of this world. The Air Jordan 14 is a mid sneaker, but since Jordan wore that shoe during the last shot, which is not just an iconic basketball moment, but a sports moment in general, fans will remember what Jordan was wearing in that moment, and it will last in their mind for years and years to come. So that shoe is iconic because it was part of an iconic moment, not because the shoe itself was anything really spectacular. But it's not just moments that can make a shoe iconic. It could simply just be how well they perform. And I'd be willing to bet if you go to any basketball court or gym right now, the most popular signature sneaker on the floor would easily be Kobe sneakers. And that's because they are hands down the best performing signature line the basketball world has ever seen. And look, I'm not saying LeBron's shoes are terrible, but are you really going to look at me in the eye and tell me that LeBron's outperform Kobe's? I'm not here to tell you what to think, but if you really do think that, even you gotta admit that you're in the minority, because Kobe sneakers are so popular because they support a variety of players and play styles, whereas the criticism of LeBron sneakers throughout the years have always been that they're just not versatile enough unless you're a strong, powerful athlete like LeBron himself. Look, like I said, I could talk about this all day, and I haven't even mentioned the fact that LeBron himself has infamously not worn his flagship model through multiple seasons and iconic playoff runs, but who knows? Maybe in the future I'll make a video titled Why LeBron James Sneakers Aren't as Iconic as They Should Be. But for the purposes of this video, and maybe that video in the future, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the LeBron James signature line? Is it a success? Does it live up to the player? Is it as iconic as it should be for a legend like LeBron James? Because for me, I think the answer to that question is no. And that brings me to the LeBron 23. Is this a shoe that could go down as one of the most iconic LeBron James signature silhouettes of all time? Well, let's break it down. LeBron himself leaked the design of the 23s in one of his infamous workouts, and he did mention that this is just a wear test sample colorway, so I don't think the final product is going to look exactly like this. I think it's missing some key elements. For example, there is no swoosh on this particular colorway, which isn't uncommon for a LeBron James sneaker. A lot of times the swoosh on LeBron sneakers isn't as prevalent as other Nike basketball silhouettes. For example, the 15s had a very small swoosh on the heel that was often the same color as the heel cup and midsole, so you couldn't really see it. But I do think the LeBron 23s will have a swoosh, and these leaked images here of potential future colorways proves my theory. As you can see, the swoosh is located in a couple different areas depending on the colorway. Now, we'll be talking about these leaked images in particular a little bit later in the video. The first thing I noticed about the LeBron 23 was something that you might have already picked up on, and that's the integration of LeBron's crown logo into the design of the silhouette. This is something that I feel Nike has been doing a lot of lately. For example, the Ja 3s literally have Ja's name on it with the swoosh doubling as the letter J. But here, the oversized midsole wraps around the entire silhouette, and yes, they are shaped as LeBron's crown logo. I think this is an absolutely fantastic design choice because it gives the shoe some visual character and really separates it from all the other Nike basketball silhouettes on the market right now. And it really stands out as a LeBron James shoe. I mean, it just makes sense. And I hope that Nike paints that oversized midsole in some metallic gold colorways, which would really mimic a king's crown. I mean, the possibilities are endless visually, but performance-wise, I think it's going to have some benefits as well. It looks like it's going to provide ample support during a variety of movements, ensuring that your foot maintains on the footbed. But my only point of concern is I hope Nike used a lightweight material here, because if it's a heavy material, this looks like it could end up being a very bottom-heavy shoe, and bottom-heavy shoes can lead to your legs and feet feeling more fatigued over time. But I would be surprised if this is a heavy shoe, because the recent trend with LeBron sneakers, really since the 20s, have been a more lightweight, versatile setup. So I do think Nike is going to equip these with a lighter or lightweight material. Now, last year on the 22s, Nike used a top-loaded zoom in the forefoot and bottom-loaded zoom in the heel with Cushlon 2.0 as a foam. Now, I'd imagine that they do something similar here with the 23s, just with Cushlon 3.0 instead. And half of me is saying that because I don't want to expect full-length zoom and end up being disappointed. But who knows, Nike might go all out on LeBron's 23rd silhouette, because the rumored retail price of the 23s is $210. Now that's interesting, because last year the LeBron 22s were $180 at retail. So it would be reasonable to assume that a technology bump would come with the increase in price if indeed the LeBron 23s are $210, which I question, because if you take a look at these leaked photos from overseas, that shoe that we think are the LeBron 23s is accompanied by a price right there on the left that says $160. Now that photo got me thinking all sorts of things. At first I thought, well, are these even the LeBron 23s, or is this like a budget LeBron sneaker like the Witnesses, which would actually kind of make a little bit of sense because that oversized midsole looks like a crown, but also looks like a W for Witness. But then I was like, the Witnesses for $160 would be insane. That's like a $110 line. So that's out of the question. So then I thought, well, is $160 the price that retailers pay to get the LeBron 23 in their stores to sell? Which to me, $160 seems a little high, but I'm not an expert whatsoever in that industry, so I don't really know. All I'm saying is I think a more realistic price point to expect out of the LeBron 23 is indeed the $210 price tag, because LeBron's for $160. We haven't seen that price tag for a pair of LeBron since I think the LeBron 7s. So yeah, I'm fully expecting these to be $210, but I'm low-key expecting an increase in technology as well, because if they just take what they did with the LeBron 22, change the exterior visual design and put the same technology in it and increase the price, that to me would be out of pocket. Other than that, we really don't know much about the LeBron 23. All we got are these photos from one of his workouts where, again, he's wearing a wear test sample colorway. So I'm gonna wait to give my final verdict on these to see what kind of performance they offer and also what the retail price is. But for now, I would actually say that I'm mildly excited about the LeBron 23. But what about you guys? Are you excited for the LeBron 23? What was the last LeBron shoe that you actually played in? Let me know in the comment section below, because again, I might be making a more in-depth video on the state and history of the LeBron James signature line. And all the information you guys give me will be extremely helpful because your opinion matters. And I also love this stuff. I love talking about this stuff. So if you guys could please drop a comment, we can get into a nice friendly debate or conversation about LeBron James sneakers. So go ahead, drop a comment and subscribe to the channel for more sneaker related content just like this. My name is Darren. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.